Welcome back to another rebuild. This time we're going to Switzerland to FC Zurich, the two-time Champions League semi-finalists, even though the last time they appeared in the group stage of the Champions League was 2009-2010. This team is one of the more successful teams in the history of the Swiss League, but they won a majority of their titles from 1962 to 81, and then in fact their last run of titles was in 07 to 09. They won 3 straight. Their rivals were Grasshopper, which are fierce rivals in Zurich, but here lately they've been surpassed by Young Boys. So we're going to see if we can take them back Champions League glory and win it all with them. Now it's going to be tough as there's not a lot of high-rated Swiss players, but we'll see what we can do. Thanks for tuning in to the rebuild. If you like it, hit the like and comment below if you want a team of yours done. Thanks again, guys. Here's the lineup we're starting with. As you see, lots of work, especially in striker, but I'm going to make one change right now. Yes, he has no face, but he's only 56 rated, but that's a 17-year-old and 16-year-old, and he has potential of around 80. For that, Mr. Omarakchik has the potential in the 80s, and then in the high 70s is Dongjoni and Tolson. Outside of that, got a lot of work. I'm going to need a goalkeeper because both of these goalkeepers are late 20s and mid 60s. Yeah, just going to need a lot of work. So on to the transfers. And here's the Youth Academy's products I start off the game with. And as you see, I got a juicy one here in Libor Vesely from Czech Republic. So I'll probably end up taking all these guys on the team just to have them as depth. And by the way, you don't know this team. There is literally like 6 players from Kosovo on it. Strange. So we start this off by signing Felix Mbimbi, the Swiss from Young Boys, for 1.35 million. Okay, run down the players being sold. Hassan Sesse is going to Voluntari, the Romanian club, for 500,000. Antonio Marisano is going to Philadelphia Union for 1.25 million. Yannick Brescher is going to Standard Liège for 1.9 million. And Marco Schonbachler is going to Sierra SC for 1.35 million. And that should give me about $9 million with the tournament prize money and the initial board money to work with. Let's see what we can do. And we've signed teenage center back Leonidas Stergio from FC St. Gallen for $3 million. He is the highest potential field player from Switzerland in the game, so let's get him over here and let's get Surge back to where it belongs. Well, he wanted out of the club, and Minnesota paid his $3.95 million release fee, so Eugen Tolson is going to America. Still busy with the fire and sale. Veteran Adrian Winter is going to Sarpsborg 08 for $175,000. Omari Bangura is going to Al Fasli for $360,000, and Salim Khalifi is going to Cologne for $1.4 million. So with all of those sales, we brought back 3 players to improve our team. We've brought Nedim Bajrami from Empoli for $2.6 million. We have brought Cedric Sessinger back from Young Boys in exchange for Nathan and $1.85 million. That's 2 Swiss boys. Then we brought in the German goalkeeper from Haching, Mr. Nico Mentil, for $4 million. Welcome to the club, gentlemen. Okay, that was it for the transfer window. Players all over the place. Not included in coming in is markers and name tags, so everybody knows who is who around here. So I'm going to show you a quick glance at the starting lineup now after the transfer window, and then we're going to go January 1st, see how we're progressing on the season. Here's the lineup as you see. Outside of Mbimbi and Omarakchik, everybody's mid-60s or higher, so we'll see. The bench is a little weak, but we don't play any European football, so not going to be too stretched out. So on to January 1st. Okay, one more note before we go January 1st. Even though they're not in the Europa League in real life, since there's teams taken out of this game, the whole leagues, we're in the group stage Europa League in FIFA. So we've got Leicester City, Roma, and AZ. I'm expecting us to finish basement, but hey, it's extra money, so I'll take it for next year. So results will be in just a moment. Okay, here's a list of the prospects that you could be seeing soon. So you see, I got one that's already a 61 at 17. Then I've got this Kohler, who's looking at 70-90. Mr. Mayer is 74 to 88. Mr. Fuchs is 77 to 91, but it looks like he has a long way to develop. And Schneider, so we got some good possible prospects. One of the goals on this team is I gotta sell like $4 million worth of youth players in the next 2 years. So we're just gonna sign all of them, let them be on the bench, sub some games, and see where we go. Well, we're sitting in 7th, but we're 10 behind 6th, and we're actually level with 8th and 9th. So, it's a big gap, and then a big gap to the last place team, which is FC Vaduz, which is actually a team out of Liechtenstein, and they just play in the Swiss leagues. So, it is what it is. So let's see what we do this transfer window. Nope, no official transfers. After signing a bunch of the youth academy, just loaned a bunch of players out. Some may be bought at a later date. Some are just gaining experience. Anyways, we're going to the end of the season. See if we can at least scratch out mid-table finish. So we did make it up to 6th. We went from 18 to 45 points, so it was a positive sign towards the end of the year. Young boys won the league by 2 over Basel. Oh, we almost got a trophy our first year. We lost in penalty shootout in the finals to Lucerne. Inter Milan defeated Real Madrid in the Champions League finals. Arsenal defeated Napoli in the Europa League finals. So here's the stats. As you see, our leading scorer was Blas Kramer, Slovenia, with 9 goals. Now you're going to see a really long list here as I signed a billion Youth Academy products. Because if I can't use them, then I'll just sell them. Because I need money to bring in players. The Swiss League doesn't offer that big of money. So we're going to go to Season 2 and see if we get into the top 3 positions. I believe 2nd and 3rd goes to the Europa League. I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, Season 2. So one of our center backs went back to their previous club who we had on loan, so we've signed as a replacement Ire Comert from FC Barcelona for $7 million. Welcome back home, Ire. So, sent our leading scorer from last year, Blas Kramer, on his way to Cologne for $1.75 million, and we've sold one of the Krezu brothers. Hakaran is going to Philadelphia for $1.3 million. So we've sold Zivko Kostadinovic to Hibrian. That was a mouthful, for $175,000. So that's it for this transfer window. Nothing more than getting rid of 3 guys whose last name starts with K and Comert coming in. So off to January 1st, see if these moves help progress us up the standings. Now look at that. Just 4 points behind Basel for the lead in the Swiss League, sitting in 2nd. Now that's considerable improvement. And we made an upgrade at the striker position. We signed Dan Ndoye from Nice for $5 million. Welcome to the club, Dan. So that was the only move we made this transfer window. So now we're off to the end of the season, see if we can capture the Swiss League title. Oh, we finished 3rd, 1 point out of 2nd. 10 behind Basel, but it definitely was a much better season than last, so we're making strides. 2 years, 2 losses in the finals to the Schweizer Pokal, this time to Lucerne. Liverpool defeated Barcelona to win the Champions League. Wolfsburg defeated Porto to win the Europa League. As you see, we definitely did a lot more scoring this year with Kolali scoring 18 goals and 7 assists. Nice contribution. So, as you'll see, I have a ton of guys out on loan. A ton. But we've made strides in the 2nd season. So now we're going to go next year and hopefully get enough money to get a pickup to improve this team and win the league and get Champions League football next season. See you in Season 3. So, to start off the season, we've signed the 20-year-old right-winger, Danish player Mohamed Daramy from Copenhagen. His name stuck out in my mind because I remember him from FIFA, and if you don't remember, he won the online FIFA tournament during the shutdown last March. So despite all those youth academy players, none of them were center backs that were ready to play now, really. They're in the 60s. So decided I needed a bench help at center back, and I decided might as well get somebody from Kosovo since I have several in the club. So from Sunderland, I've signed Arbanet Smajili for $2.15 million. As you see, still running some scouting here, and look at this. Went to Austria this year and found two goalkeepers 16 and 15 years old in age, and they're already 66 and 67. Man, they'll make either nice backups or they're going to fetch a nice fee on the open market. So I accidentally zipped through the rest of the transfer window, but we're on September 1st, and as you see, we beat Hammarby in the Europa League qualifying rounds to get to the group stage. Unfortunately, we weren't so kind in the group. In the group, Arsenal, Valencia, Sparta Praha, and Zurich. So we're going to go to January 1st, and maybe, hopefully, we'll win more 1 point in the first season. Not extremely confident in that, but we're going to find out the results in 3, 2, 1. Well, we did improve on the last time we were in Europa League. We got a win this time. Imagine probably against Sparta Praha. But, so, it is what it is. So, how we're doing the league. And during the December, we sold one of our prospects who wanted more playing time to Ironspor, Mr. Dario Bachman. Sold him for $2.35 million. So, we're sitting in third right now in the league, and kind of disappointing. I figured we'd progress, or we'd at least be right there with Basel, but we're 9 points back. Maybe we'll have a strong second half, though. We'll see. So I didn't find a deal to my liking, so I'm going to keep the money I earned from selling Buckman and little left over, because I'm probably going to have quite a few sales at the end of the season for all the players I have out on loans with option to buy. So I think I'm going to save up for next year and go after somebody that would be number one in the squad. So anyways, on the end of the season, let's see if we can make up the deficit to the top of the league. Frustration again. There we go. We finished 6 points out of the lead, finishing in third again behind Basel and Young Boys. The main problem was they had 3 more wins and we have 3 draws. You know, we had the biggest goal differential, so. Oh, this is getting to be a slog instead of a grind. Look at that, Mr. Kolali is at age 31 turning his finest performance with 24 goals and 8 assists on the season. And he grew 3 overall in attributes at the age of 31, which I guarantee in FIFA 20 that would not have happened. So, quick rundown of the stats. Now let's see who all the money we've made from the loan deals that have been bought. Okay, every one of these were prospects of youth academies. I decided for this rebuild I was going to just pretty much say yes to everybody and sell a bunch to try to raise money since this is a smaller league, smaller income. Thomas Burry going to Maya Jasapor for $470,000. Werner Arnold going to Cracovia for $260,000. Valentino Kohler is going to Real Oviedo for $561,000. Thomas Kolch is going to Lesha Gdansk for $610,000. Jan Fuchs going to Halyaspor for $650,000. Goalkeeper Jordan Blazer is going to Zion for $1.65 million. He was a 64 rated 17-year-old, but as you saw, those goalkeepers are in the high 60s at 16, so he was expendable. Whew, I'm out of breath. So here's a look at the squad that we have at the end of season 3. As you see, everybody is at 74 higher except for Orajic. But the thing is he's still only 21, so everybody in the squad actually starting lineup is 25 or younger, except for Mr. Kolali. So even though he had the big season, time for me to sell him high. So we're looking for a replacement for him. And even though we have a 78 rated goalkeeper, our defense is still not very good. So may look to upgrade somewhere in the back line. It just depends who I can find on the market for the price and how much money I have. Which luckily I should have a couple extra million from all the Youth Academy sales. So we'll see. See you beginning next season. So we've sold the aforementioned Benjamin Kulala to Ajax for 5.5 million. So I've decided to go ahead and make a change. I've signed Kylian Sardella from Borussia Dortmund. I've sold the Belgium for $14 million. He can play right back and left back. So he's only one overall down from Sessiger and 4 years younger. So I'm going to sell Sessiger high and then make improvements elsewhere with the money I earned from that sale. So we've sold the Swiss midfielder Vasily Janjic to Ghent for $9.4 million. So doing research going through, I've had a deal come through. We acquired the Swiss player Jordan Lotumbo in exchange for Sessinger and $5.6 million, but he's a year younger and two overall better, so I like this deal. And now both my fullbacks can play either side, so if one gets hurt, I can do what I need to, flip-flop or whatever. I like this move. So that's it for this transfer window. We also sold a couple of prospects that we had. So let's see what our Europa group looks like this year. Hopefully it's a better draw than we got last year. Well, we certainly got a better draw than we did last year. We're in the same group as Porto, Celtic, and Molde. It'll be interesting to see, because even though I did make improvements to the back, with some of the deals, I got a Youth Academy 18-year-old Kohler in the midfield who's only a 70 instead of the 74, 75. And on the wing, I've got Bimby, who's a 71 now, but he is scoring goals like crazy. So I have like 12 million in the bank. So I just didn't find the right player I think was worth giving up a Youth Academy prospect that can hit 90. So we're going to roll with it and see if the challenge I left us works out. So we'll find out our Europa League standings here in just one moment. Well, we finished second in the group. We qualified, so round of 32, we're going to face Leon. Tough matchup, but hey, we have made it into the knockout stage, so we're improving. Now, this is what I've been expecting for 2 years now. We are up 6 points on Young Boys for the lead of the Swiss League. No losses yet this year. Let's see if we do anything in this transfer window. So, didn't do anything in the transfer window. Decided there wasn't going to be a move enough to help us beat Lyon, I don't think. And I think we should win the league, so I've decided just to hold on the money for next year. So, see you at the end of June and see how we did on the season. Can we bring home our first hardware of this rebuild? There we have it. We've won our league title and quite easily 23 points cleared of Young Boys. We did lose a game somewhere along the way. So for future seasons, as this should become the norm as we get better and better, we're not going to do the January 1st update of the standings unless we're just not in first. So from here on, it's going to be more of a concentration on the Europa League, or actually the Champions League, because we qualify for it. So there we go, trophy number 1. And here's trophy number 2. We won the Schweizer Pokal finally, beating the Lugano 2-1. Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona to take the Champions League crown. Arsenal defeated Napoli in a pretty exciting game to win the Europa League. Look at that, Mr. Mambimbi has scored 28 goals, which is unfortunate for him because as he's lagging behind, I'm going to need to upgrade that position, so more than likely I'm going to be selling it. Maybe keep an eye on him as backup. Haven't decided yet. Depends on the money situation. But here are the stats for the season. So now we're just going to zoom on to Season 5, where we will be in the qualifying rounds of the Champions League football. So we got the upgrade on our central midfield. We've signed Javi Simons, the Dutch center midfielder from PSG for $20 million. Welcome club, Javi. So to show you, we are in the final round of qualifications for the Champions League. We won the road leg of this against the, I believe it's Danish team, Midtjylland, 2-1. We're now at home hosting them. Let's see if we qualify for the group stage. 2-2, good enough to get us across. Goal by Darami and Mambimbi. So outside of Simons, all we did was loan a few players out. So let's go see what kind of group we drew for the Champions League. Hopefully they were kind to us. This does not fit my definition of being kind. Barcelona and PSG in our group. So I would say we're trying to go for third, so that way we can be in the knockout stage of Europa League again. We need to finish ahead of Kiev. So can we finish at least third in the group? We'll find out here in just a moment on January 1st. Well, we did finish third, and it looks like we took a point off the PSG, so we are going to play in the Europa League, but we'll get those results at the end. Okay, well, I wasn't planning to show this, but I wasn't expecting us to be in second place in the league, let alone 9 back of the CERN. But as you see our issues, we only lost 1 game all year, but we've drawn 11 times in 19 games. So we didn't do any business this transfer window, but I think next year I'm going to probably have to sell one of the bigger players if I don't get too much more money than I've been getting with the board. So on to the end of the season, see how we did in the Europa League, and see if we can get back to first place in the Swiss League. You know, I have done probably about 25 rebuilds now, and I've never been as surprised and flabbergasted as this. We finished second in the league, 6 behind the CERN. Look at this, though. 17 draws. We drew in almost half our games. Next closest team has 13, which was Vaduz, which was in dead last. This is inexcusable, and it means going to have to make some changes. With the ratings of this team, we should not be only tied for the most goals in the league. Ugh. And to make this even worse, we lost the Schweizer Polka final to the CERN. Oh, so they did the domestic double over us. Barcelona went on to win the Champions League over Atletico Madrid. In what you would normally think be a Champions League final, Liverpool defeated Man City to win the Europa League. We lost in the round of 16 to Leipzig 2-1, but we beat AC Milan in round 32, so we can beat Milan and stay with Leipzig, but we can't stop drawing against the Swiss League. Ugh. Our leading scorer only had 21 goals. He also had 13 assists for Mr. Bajrami. So here's a quick look at the stats, which are pitiful. And here's a last look at the lineup before we go to Season 6. I'm going to have to shake things up because obviously we can't, if we're going to win the Champions League, we got to be in the Champions League, and we can't be finishing second. This lineup could at least be semi-competitive in the Champions League group stage, alone getting beat up in the Swiss League. So I'm going to probably have to make a couple big moves, since next year's just going to be lost, to get younger players and grow bigger or better players. We'll see. So we start off this Season 6 with a bang. Chelsea came to us for a swap deal, and after negotiating the price, we've acquired Ben Chilwell in exchange for Ray Comer, and we get $32 million. Chilwell's only a year older, but he's 2 overall higher, so I'll slot him in left back. Move Sardillo over to right back, and I'll probably sell Lutumba. But how about that to start the season? I wasn't expecting that. Of course, he has a big salary we have to pay, but I'll figure it out. So, we've acquired from Leicester City, Kanjin Lee, the 24-year-old South Korean striker left midfielder, for $60 million. So, big move number 2. So, we have sold Jordan Latumba to Club Brugge for $33.8 million. Well, this comes as a surprise. In real life, the Swiss League only gets one spot in the Champions League, but obviously with not all the teams, leagues in FIFA, 2 teams go to the group stage of the Champions League. Well, actually 2 teams go to the Championship League. We beat Besiktas and Ajax to get to the group stage, and we've drawn PSG for the second time. But we also got Spartak Moscow and Olympiacos, so I think we got a chance to advance knockout stages. But this means I need to make sure this, I may have to look at more upgrades on the team, and I got to restart the youth academy, see if I can get some decent quality youth products so I can have a deeper bench, since I'm going to be playing a lot of games this year. So, more transfers to come, I imagine. And we went ahead and made a slight upgrade in center midfield. We sent Javi Simons to Bayonne for Joris Chartard. The Frenchman's 2 overall higher. He is a year older, but his weak foot's 1 star better. So, other than that, these 2 players are similar. But like I said, I want to go ahead and make an impact in Champions football. So, welcome Club Joris. And look who I found under the free agent menu. Toby Alderweireld, the Belgian, is free agent now. Granted, he's 36, so he would decline quickly. But Omaragic is only at 76, as he took over center back when we sold the Swiss center back I can't think of the name of right now. Oops. So Omaragic's only at 76, so I figure Toby can fit in the lineup and be a starter until Omaragic catches him, whether it's because Omaragic's improved that point or Toby has declined. But considering didn't pay $1 for the transfer and only paying him about $17,000 a week, I call this a good deal. So, spent a lot of money for the Swiss League. So, we're gonna still need to search the free agent market. Maybe I can find a couple decent midfielders to fill up the bench, because my bench has always been relatively weak, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 decent players in the 70s. So I need to try to have more backups in the 70s to keep up with those rigors of the season. So anyways, if we get the free agents, you'll see it. If not, we're going to go January 1st, see how we're doing in the Champions League, see if we can get to knockout stages. So, signed 2 more players for the bench. Martin Subimendi was the free agent. 76 rated 26. We'll definitely take that on the bench. And then this regen, he's a 19-year-old center back, has a 64 overall already. Dominique Boiscard. So definitely going to sign him, even though I would like better on the bench. He's worth taking, because if he improves, he can be a quality backup player or fetch us a nice number on the market to get what we need. So those are my last 2 signings for free agents. So we're going to go January 1st, see how we're doing in the Champions League. Whoa! Wow, wasn't expecting that. We won the group just over PSG, Spartak Moscow, Olympiacos. Round of 16, we get Barcelona. Oh, PSG gets Milan, of course. Well, we made the round of 16 though, so that is definitely an improvement over last year. So since we struggled in the league last year, how are we doing in the league this year? Now, this is what I was expecting to be doing last year. 2 draws, no losses, goal differential of 31. This is so much better. Okay, let's see if we do anything in this transfer window. So, no business outside selling a player that was on a loan deal anyways. So, we're going to first take a look and see where the team sits overall for the ratings. And then we're going to go see if we have any shot at Barcelona. Now, here's a look at the team sheet. As I said, everybody's now in the 80s, with the exception of our center back position with Alderweireld and Omaragic splitting back and forth. And as you see, I've got Mr. Mantle, the Germans, go up to an 87. And I've got a couple 84s, and Joel's still at 85. So looking good, looking good. We're making improvements. Now, any shot at Barcelona? Probably not, but hey, you don't know till you try. Well, take a look at that team Barcelona's fielding. Yeah, not confident, especially on the road here, but hey, let's see what we do. This will tell us how far we've come. And the score line says 2-1 Barcelona. Kanjan Lee got a goal in the 62nd minute, so we got that away goal. So here we are, home leg against Barcelona, the defending Champions League champions. Can we pull off the upset? Be one of the biggest ones seen in recent history. Let's find out. Score line says no. Well, anyways, that's definitely an improvement on the season. They got 7 shots to our 1. Yeah. Well, we know what we have to do. See you at the end of the season. Look at that. Centurions in the league, 101 points. But we did lose one time. So from now on, there won't be any mid-season updates for the league, or better not be. We've pulled off the domestic double with a win in the Schweizer Pokal. Munich stopped the bid of Barcelona being 2-time champions in the Champions League. And Leicester City has won the Europa League. And look at that well-balanced scoring across the board. 3 guys over 20 goals. And Doye had 20 goals and he only played 37 games. So anyways, we're off to season number 7. And let's see if we can make it into the semifinals and match Zurich's best ever finish in the Champions League. See you next year. So, every position's up in the 80s except for that one center back spot taken up by Amrajic. So, he's still young enough to be the backup and good quality. So, I need a top flight center back, and I got him in Rafael Varane. I got him from Arsenal for $50 million. Welcome to the club, Rafael. Well, I thought I was keeping Nadim Bajrami till the end of this game for this rebuild, but you are not misreading that. Manchester City had initially offered $230 million for him, but since they said I could get as much as $320 million, I worked it around and I got them to pay. Yes, again, you're reading this correctly. $288 million. We got our new cam coming in, Bruno Fernandes. We've signed him for $128 million, I believe. $129 million. So that's part of what we did with our windfall money. But the other thing we did is we shipped off Ben Chilwell to Leverkusen and with $100 million, but we've got back Alphonso Davies at left back. So big transformation in the squad. So that'll be it for this transfer window. I'm going to save $25 million in the bank, see if I need to make a mid-season move. So let's take a look at this Champions League group real quick. Okay, well this draw is somewhere in between the last 2 years. Not the worst, but not the easiest. We've got Chelsea, Lazio, and Spartak Moscow again. Guess they didn't have enough of us. So we're going to go January 1st, see if we qualify out of the group once again. So we finished top of the group quite easily. 4 wins, 2 draws, while Lazio and Chelsea have the same record, but Lazio goes through on, I guess, head-to-head. Round of 16, and we get Lyon. That's actually not too bad of a matchup. While Lazio stuck Liverpool, so yeah, we got the better end of that one. Nope, not outside of the buying of a loan of a prospect. So we're going to go to February and play the Champions League round of 16 matchup Lyon. So here we are, the away leg round of 16 against Lyon. We're missing Bruno for this game due to yellow cards, but we have that free agent signing of Ben Mendy in there, so let's see how we do. 3-1 win, Chotard with a brace and Darami with the goal. So here we are for the home leg of this fixture. We should have no problems advancing. Up 3-1. You actually see our full lineup, and you see a lot of symmetry. We got 3 guys at 90, got 4 guys at 86, 2 guys at 83, and then Jotard is at 84 and Lee's at 87. So, anyways, good enough. 1-1 draw. Weber came in and got a goal. So the quarterfinal draw, we get Atletico Madrid, and we're on the away leg first. They have the wall and the goal as named All Blacks, so we'll see how we do. Holy hell. 4-1 loss. Under with a goal. Wow, okay. So we're down 3 goals. The good thing is we do have away goals, so if we win 3-0, we advance. Not likely, but hey, we'll go with it. So the scoreline will say, yeah, we got crushed. In Nasri with a head brace. Won the league again, but not as dominant as last year. Won the Schweizer Pokal domestic double. Well, I guess the consolation is we lost to the eventual champs, Atletico Madrid, who beat Liverpool, and Spurs over Leipzig in the Europa League. So once again, balanced scoring, but we'll see what we need to do to improve next year, which will be season number 8. Well, we're slowly making a step in Champions League every year, so I guess next year is our turn to make it the semis. But that pounding we took from Atletico Madrid was quite worrisome, so we'll figure it out. And oh yeah, by the way, the end of the season, Toby Alderweireld is retiring, so enjoy your life afterwards, sir. So we didn't win the Champions League last year, and he declined quite a bit from last year, so figured might as well sell him while he's got value. Mr. Rafael Varane is going to Juventus for $33.5 million. Now, I had no intentions of selling him with how high he gotten. Mr. Tony Domjani is the original member of this club when it started. Now he's 28, and he's up to 88 rated. But, man, I cannot turn down $296 million for him. And the worst part is they said his value could have been up as much as high as $330 million. But the Spurs have bought Mr. Domjani, and wish I could have won the championship with you, sir, but just think your home club is going to win the championship because of the money we got for you. So once again, took the big sale and got 2 players out of it. We've signed Milan Skriniar, the Slovakian from Dortmund, for $125 million. And then we also signed Federico Valverde, the midfielder from Real Madrid, for I believe it was $140 million. Yep, 145. So that's the conclusion of our business's transfer window. We're just going to go straight to January 1st, see how we did in the Champions League in our group stage. And in our group, we finished top ahead of Chelsea, Roma, and Moscow. No, that was Spartak. Never mind. So, round of 16, we draw Villarreal. So, nice draw. Well, Chelsea got Monaco. That ain't too bad, comparatively speaking. So, anyways. And we did absolutely nothing this transfer window. Had $40 million. I just didn't see anything I think would help our team now or in the future. With FIFA 21, the sharpness matters. So, Problem is, if you get somebody brand new at the season transfer window in January, you lose the sharpness the players have earned, and the one you come over starts from flat. So it's not as advantageous to go out and get somebody, especially in our position. So we're going to go to the Champions League round of 16. So here we are, round of 16 against Villarreal on the road. Got our full lineup in. Results said 3-1 win. Jotard, Kohler, and Tishashvili with goals. Okay, home leg against Villarreal. Full lineup, 3-1 lead. Shouldn't be an issue. 1-0. Fernandez with a goal in the 10th minute. So, quarterfinals, we get Man City. We're starting off on the road. Got a full complement of lineup. Let's see what we can do. Results are 1-1 draw. Kangan Lee with a goal in the 86th minute. So, could be worse, could be better. Okay, now time for the home leg. We are going in with one away goal, so let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can advance to the semis this year. Yes, 2-0 win. Goal in the 2nd minute by Valverde and Mambimbi in the 81st minute. So in the semifinals we get Real Madrid. Now on the other side we have Atletico Madrid, and I guess I need to take back my comment about Monaco. That's your semifinals, so coming up is our matchup with Real. So here we are, the home game against Real. Full complement players at our disposal. No, correction, Sardilla must be out due to yellow cards. So, Almaracic is in that right back. So, let's see what we can do. 2-1 victory. Fernandez and Davies with a goal. They got one back with Mr. Robertson. So here we are going to the Bernabeu. We got our full lineup available. Remember, we are taking in a 2-1 lead. So, can we make it to the Surge's first finals? Yes. Mr. Valverde with a goal in the 73rd minute, tie up the game and win the tie for us. Off to the finals. So, in our first finals in the Champions League, we're trying to stop Atletico Madrid from repeating and be their third title in this rebuild. Here's a quick look at our squad before we play the game. As you see, everybody is 86 or better, and we got several in the 90s. But look at Mr. Mantle. In the 8th year of this rebuild, when we acquired him, he was at like a 66, I think, and now he's sitting at 94, almost a 30-point improvement. But let's get on to the game. Here's their starting lineup. This Atletico Madrid squad, if you remember last year, scores a lot of goals, but I don't recognize a couple of these players. So, but it doesn't matter. Can we pull it off? The final score will be 3-2. Valverde with the winning goal in the 80th minute. Fernandez and Valverde had a brace. There we go. We stopped the repeat. And to add to our trophy case with our Champions League trophy, we pulled the double off, won the Swiss League by 26 points, but still couldn't pull off an invincible season. We were unable to do the treble, though, losing in the quarterfinals to Basel. Congratulations to Lugano winning the cup over St. Gallons. And the Europa League was won by Man U over, there's a team first time I've seen them in any finals of a rebuild, Guilherme. And look at that, Mr. Fernandez, 28 goals and 11 assists on the year, but most importantly, he had 9 goals in the Champions League. So while we look at stats, I'll remind you, I always play one more season after the first title, see if the team can defend their title, see if we can do what Atletico Madrid did not pull off. It will be just a quickened version of the final season. So let's head on to season 9 if we can pull off the repeat. So our transactions this final season, we signed Mr. Delete from Piemonte Calcio for 123 million and Milan Skriniar. We sold Mr. Weber to ADO Den Haag, and we also sold Portman to I can't remember where, and we also sold Mr. Weiss to Ajax. absolute domination in the league over Sion by 33. We pulled off domestic double by winning the Schweizer Pokal. We won the UEFA Super Cup beginning of the year over Man U in penalties. Spurs defeated Liverpool in the Europa League final. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull off the repeat. Atletico Madrid stopped us like we stopped them. Oh, so close. And here's one last final look at all the final ratings. As you can see, several in the 90s. So it was a good quality build-up in the team. And as you take a final scroll through the last season statistics, I'd like to thank you for watching this rebuild. The next one's going to be a quick one. We're going to the English Premier League for the first time, as I want a short one. I won't be able to get it out before New Year's Day, obviously. This is coming out on the eve. But I'll get it out ASAP. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video.
You said